Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the TinHifi P1 Max 2 or 2nd gen, the Giant Panda. Now I've reviewed the original one and I still have the original one, so it kind of be good kind of comparison to see what this is like. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this out for me to try, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yes, this is still a planar model. So yeah, let's just get into it. So let's see what you get. So again, I did try the original. I'm not really keen on this Giant Panda thing. I don't think it really matters. But P1 Max 2, Generation 2, Mark 2. But basically the second version. Standard edition. I don't know what that one is like yet. I haven't seen any images. Nothing really on the back. Again, this is a planar, so it should be fairly exciting. TinHifi. Not their last model they did. I think the T5S. I did like that. Bunch of paperwork in there. Okay, so this is very different to the other one. Very nice finish. 2-pin as well, which is good. I think it looks a similar shape to the previous model. Just put that there. Have a look. So their kind of cable looks pretty good. Again, I'll have a look at it later on. Got the colours, obviously right and left. Foam tips, which is good that they always include a set if you need them. And some fairly standard tips. Looks like there's two kind of different types. See this kind of red centre here in those. And yeah, let's see what they're like. Again, I have tried the original and I've graphed the original. These may be a bit brighter sounding from what I can probably gather. And yeah, I'll see you in the future. So welcome to my review section of the TinHifi P1 Max 2, Generation 2, Mark 2, what you want to call it. Obviously this is what it looks like with the cable, and it is actually quite nice. Obviously it comes with the 3.5, as you can see. Obviously just leave fingerprints if that matters. Quality cable, it's a little bit stiff, but it seems, you can see it seems well built. There's a chin slider, obviously at the Y split. You can see it's quite loose, if that matters to you. And obviously this is what they look like fitted. Very nice. Good. Obviously this is very soft, no issues at all. Obviously that's clear, and that one's obviously red for the right one. And yeah, that's what they look like. So let's take these off. They're quite stiff, which is obviously good, because you don't want these to fall off, because that's a nightmare if they come off. So let's just get rid of these. So talk about power and sensitivity. Obviously these are a planar, so they use a bit more juice, and you just want a decent enough dongle DAC basically to power these. Planars are a little bit more inefficient, so they are obviously lower sensitivity and obviously a higher impedance. And yeah, so comfort and fit is okay. It looks, I'll just take one of these off. It seats fairly short on the nozzle, but it's actually not too bad, as you can see from that side. Doesn't look too short, and there's actually they're actually okay, really, no issues at all. Build quality and kind of the aesthetics, so as you can see, these look really nice, much better than the original models. The the Gen 1, the Mark 1 kind of version, they don't look nothing they don't look as fancy as these. And yes, let's talk about technicalities. I think these are actually pretty good. No issues at all with technical performance, and the same I'll include resolution. I think they're very good. That's what planars typically do excel at compared to DDs, because they are, in my opinion, because they move faster. You just things sound a bit clearer. Same for instrument separation. Planars are typically good at that type of. It's got one of their perks, like one of their bonuses, really. And timbre of this set, it does sound a little bit unnatural. Again, DDs, it's all about pros and cons. DDs typically have a better, more natural sound to them. Obviously, you can get planars with better timbre than these, but obviously you have to expect that with what they are. So stage and imaging, I think, are actually both good on these. Again, a perk of planars is they do have pretty good extension as well. They have good air to the sound as well. And yeah, I'll put the graph up so you can have a look. Move that out of the way. So as you can see, these are quite an energetic set. So bass on this is the bass is actually elevated. Now again, like typically I listen to electronic music, and these actually are quite exciting. So for these, I tried it with a bit of trance. And it absolutely, the bass on this set is actually really good. Really like it. Kind of exciting. Sounds really good for what I personally like. Obviously, there's a bit of bleed from the mid range, but it's not too bad. And yeah, good decay, good slam. I don't know if it has the same initial slam as a DD, but it's not far off. But you can EQ planars quite well, and you can obviously EQ to your heart's content to whatever sound suits you. But obviously, I do things from out of the box, standard, so you can have and then play from there is obviously up to you. But the bass on this set I think is great. I like it. It's never as good as a DD in my opinion, but it can get close. But because it's a bit faster, it can sound a bit cleaner. And mid-range on this set is actually okay. It does sound a bit recessed at times. You can see it's elevated at either end. Vocals on this set are pretty good. They don't sound too, what's the best word to describe it, too intimate or too far. And male vocals on this set sound pretty good. They are kind of a V-shaped set, so there's a little bit of recession in the middle, but it's not as bad as you expect, I think, because it's a planar. If this was a dynamic driver, it probably wouldn't sound as good, but that's some kind of frequency response is probably one way of pulling it. So treble on this set is not as bad as it looks. It can be a bit hot sometimes, but again, you can always EQ like that 2K to 3K. If you brought that down a touch, again, it's a bit more of a safe option. But yet these are more exciting set than the original model. I think a few people would prefer this over that one. I like both, but then again, if you do find it a bit spicy, you can also, you can always EQ, and planars always do respond quite well to that. But yet treble on this set I think is actually pretty good. It's at my tolerance of brightness. The one thing I notice is if it's more of a V-shaped sound is one, like the treble doesn't sound as bright because it's got elevated bass. But because of that, you do typically make the mid-range just seem to get pushed away a bit. So if you do balance the tuning out, it does sound a bit better. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, treble on this set is pretty good. The actual matching between the drivers is actually pretty good for planar. Sometimes it's hard to do it. But yeah, it is definitely a brighter tuning. But it's not as bright as you expect it to be. The graph is a little bit misleading for this kind of model. Yeah, good extension. There's a couple of peaks further on, as you can see. They didn't really bother me. But the treble on this set is very good. Like I said before, good instrument separation. Technicalities are good. It's just a little bit spotty. So for me to make this perfect, or more for what I like, and if this was my only IEM, for example, I'd probably smooth off 2 to 3,000, just a little bit, or probably from like, see where it starts to gain at like 1.5 to 2, smooth it off there to about the 3, just take that top off, and I'll be perfectly happy with this. Good set, good extension. And yeah, so conclusion, what do I think of these? I think these are a good set. They're not amazing planars, but they're nowhere near bad either. Negatives, again, it can be a little bit spicy in the treble. Apart from that, great set. I think they should have included some sort of carry case or pouch, because I think these are $120, $130, that kind of price range, and they should really include that. Good build. The tips it comes with are fine. It also comes with foam tips if you need to. Cable is fine. I think it would have been good if it included like a 4.4 connector, for example. But yeah, the fit, the build all seems fine. They look good. Yeah, decent set. Again, they're not bad at all, and they're not fantastic. They're just a fairly safe set. A little bit of EQ. Great set in my opinion. And I think that's pretty much it. If you think I missed anything, please do let me know in the comments. Yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.